So this is the streaming channel?
Yes, anything you say you.
Yes. Which, if I did everything right, it should be live. I think. I know it's 90 seconds, so maybe 90 seconds and that comes on. That'll make it more exciting. UCD hat. Should be lobby link if you're in UCD hat. All right, I'm gonna up the volume on the stream there. John, did it come up online for us? Has it been 90 seconds yet? Oh, there's another button. Okay, it says live now. Perfect. Yeah, we're good then. All right. I'm going to up the audio so we're live to the world.
The zillions of people.
Zillions of people. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CEA Week 10. This week we're doing mixed play. We have the Red Hatlings against UC Davis, so corporate versus college. And this week, our main caster is going to be Mr. Sleep, Ops, me, Damn Glam, and the rest of the crew for the Red Hatlings joining in. So, group chat stream today.
Cephalopod, who is Patrick in another life.
You're not supposed to say that. It's a secret identity to confuse our future opponents.
Well, it certainly works at confusing the casters.
Yeah.
So in the bottom left, looks like we have AGCI for the UC Davis team playing Protoss. Up in the top right, we have Cephalopod for the Red Hatlings.
Who's going for a 16 pool? I think he's AGCL, but my chemistry lessons are a bit old by now.
AG is silver, right?
No, he's actually good. He's silver chloride, but he's not in Silver League.
Yeah. I like their logo. So the 16 pool, that's sort of just protecting against shenanigans, I assume? Since he's not scouting, that would mean that if there was an early forge, which there is a forge, that would mean that he's just making sure that he can have some sort of defense up.
I think it's his regular build, because he likes to go hatch first and be a little bit aggressive before using the hatch. And on the other side of the map, as you mentioned, there's a forge and there was a gate first, so it was supposed to be for a not very committed cannon rush. It's just to delay the natural. So that's a good thing for Cephalopod.
So 6 Lings on the way, early pressure.
Yeah, so I don't see a zealot being warped in, not really warped in, but trained. What should happen here is that we should see a second gate and a defense, or a cyber core, and a defense with 1 zealot at least. And it's all a bit late, so I think you can kill the core.
Can they get around that, or are they not able to? I would have thought running those lings in to take care of that pylon would have.
No, but
maybe not.
it's best to destroy the core. And what he wants to do here is try to surround the. Yep. Oh, yep. Oh,
Almost.
slipped. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
I've made the mistake before of not taking out the pylon and just letting the lings run and do what they wanted, and that's never works.
I don't think the
Behind
cannon is gonna go. Oh no, okay. It does.
There we go. And
But anyway,
and
that's...
So behind this, the cephalopod has been adding drones.
Yeah, he's got too many. He forgot to re-rally. Yeah, he's doing it now. So it's really good because it's not really a cheese. It's more of a weird macro opening. So I'm pretty happy for us right now.
And a third going down as well. For cephalopod.
Yeah, from here you can actually macro. Macro. Main issue I have here is that cephalopod doesn't see whether the gas is in the natural or going up, which
He's
should
been
tell
mining.
him.
Yeah, he has been mining from his main for this entire time, so he has a nice little buildup of gas there, but getting carapace and another Evo chamber. So carapace is already on the wall and ranged attack, so I'm not seeing a roach warren.
It's in the back of the
Oh, there it is. He just dropped it.
natural. Yep. There's a void ray that I don't think is. Oh yeah. He probably scattered the. Oh no, he missed the Stargate.
Oh, he has not seen it. I just took a look at his viewpoint, and he has not seen that.
He knows now. But I think
now,
it's,
now he's seen it.
I think it's not a really good reaction by the Protoss. Like, this void ray shouldn't have shown itself. Like, it should have either gone to the other side of the map, or it should have tried to hide somewhere.
Well, so he's already going up to lair. So cephalopod has 3 queens, which should be enough.
For one void ray, yes, but there's a second one on the way. So 2 void rays, 3 queens.
So
I don't like
he's-
it too much.
he'll be supply blocked now for a brief time. He's got 4.
Oh, and
overlords
Dark
on the way.
Shrine. Dark Shrine going up in the main, so... That's a bit scary.
4th base as well going down.
I must say it really feels like a North American Protoss. It's Void Rays, then Dark Shrine. It's all you expect from this race in this region.
Well, he's dropped the fleet beacon, so although a fleet beacon,
Second Stargate.
there it is. Okay, I was going to say with fleet beacon with just the one, but now a little pressure coming from silver chloride.
There are no... Oh, there are 2... Yeah, Cephalopod decided to have 2 spores on the third, but nothing in the main.
Yeah.
And nothing in the net, so...
That works. That should push that back easily.
Yeah. This Void Ray should have gone straight for the main, and instead of trying to fight Hydras.
Don't know if he knew that there were hydras at that point. From his viewpoint, I don't know that he...
Yeah.
No, that was probably the first time he had seen that there were hydras. So.
But Zest would have turned around a bit quicker. So yeah, there are a couple of overloads here that are free for the taking. Oh, it doesn't kill them. He'll probably kill them on the way out.
So, Void Ray's in the back of Cephalopod's base. He does have some Hydras and Queens making their way back. In the meantime, there's another attack, a little counter, down in the bottom right, bottom left, I should say.
Yeah, what does... No, it's a bit more than a little counter attack now. Oh, and he's revealing... He has to reveal the DCs.
He does have... I wonder if he realizes that there are Dark Templar in there.
You're supposed to hear those swishing sounds, and you see your units dying. So now that there should be spores everywhere. Oh, no spores on the natural. And do we have overseers morphing? No.
No,
Also, maybe he didn't understand what happened.
Yeah, I don't know if he heard them. He might have assumed that they were just dying to the carriers that are there now. Because he's sending more Hydra down to his bottom base. Oh, okay, he does have an overseer there now, so.
Yeah, and he's building spores and spines everywhere. So okay, he knows.
Yeah. Only one overseer.
And I don't think he has. Oh no, he has. What's it called?
Speed.
Pneumatic carapace. The overload speed already.
Yeah. However, he just downed his only overseer, and that means these Hydras are going to be completely exposed. Supply is very close. Cephalopod's about 9 workers up, but overall, he just doesn't have anything to counter these Dark Templar. He needs to get more overseers up.
Yeah, and in terms of units, he only has 12 Hydras and one Roach.
Only one overseer. And the carriers are starting to work their way in.
Yeah, oh, he's got a good amount of Roaches now. So
It's a little better. As long as he doesn't target down the overseer. There we go. Got the overseer's position. That should take care of at least the Dark Templar.
and
That's a nice pushback. That's a good size army now. The army count is very much in Cephalopod's favor. Almost double now.
yeah, the Zealots should probably work on the Hydras because, I mean, yeah, even if he killed the Roaches, there's nothing left then to. The overcharge on the battery is not gonna do much.
Would you target
say
down
that
the probes there, Cyril, or take out the base?
I would take out the base. Because honestly, these probes, I mean, they're not really gonna... They're gonna be mining from a distance, and that's useless. So... And he can kill them now.
Alright, that's a 93-0 army.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was scared for a second, but now it seems like we get this game.
If he can get that overseer just a little, there it is, and he taps out.
So Red Hat 1, UC Davis 0. I'm gonna try and make it 2-0 in a moment.
Arrow goes into the meat grinder against Chimera.
I hope it's not a mid grinder.
DVP, well, you'll make it one. You'll make it one.
Was this supposed to be on Oxide?
No, it's supposed to be Eco Station. Oh, is that Cyril?
He had
Oh, Cyril.
DTs,
Okay, well,
right?
if he's saying it.
I never actually saw the DTs, but my army disappeared, so I assumed it was.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. That was a good game.
So it was DTs?
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just left my army at his third. I'm like, okay, this thing's clean up. It's suddenly gone.
Cyril was about to attempt to play as a Terran, but
Oh, did you guys
thought
start?
better of it and picked Zerg as his primary race.
Oh, I think they did start.
ZVP.
Did the game start?
We are just logging in now.
Mr. Sleep might be able to stream for you into the channel.
Oh, okay. Start pretty quickly. I was waiting for a new map link because someone said it was the wrong map. I missed it. That we actually are playing on.
All right, so in the bottom left, we have Chimera from UC Davis. Up in the top right, switching out from the casting channel over to the playing side, is going to be Cyril for Red Hatlings.
Large map. I'm not familiar with this one. You know, Cyril plays more of a macro game. He did not go with the 16 pool. He's got his hatchery down early. Pool and gas also down at this point. Chimera getting his natural up and running. Burnetics core down as well. And a second gas up for Chimera. Chimera or Chimera?
Chimera. No idea. You're the caster. Figure it out. What's the backstory?
I've pronounced it both ways, so at some point I'm going to be right. Chimera's got a probe at the 12 o'clock spot, just circling around, waiting to see when a third is taken. It looks like Cyril is going to clear that out. And a good Overlord scout, making sure there's no shenanigans, no forge anywhere. My knowledge of Protoss timings is not great, but I would assume at this point right now would be a time if he was going to put down a Twilight Council, which there it is, or a Stargate, that this would be around when he was going to do it. He's got charge on the way for Chimera. Link speed about halfway done. There's the first poke from Cyril, and he'll just run back. Cyril's going to be able to park his Overlord in the back corner there and run it back in if he survives. I don't know, is there room for him to park it back there? Well,
We'll let you know in 2 seconds.
maybe. Whoa, no, there's not.
It might have made it, but
There might have been. There might have been.
tell them to move a little bit faster next time. He's slacking on the job.
Robotics facility and two spore crawlers going down for Cyril, so I guess he's assuming that there might be some air. Yep, as soon as that overlord was dead, we're seeing several warp gates go up. 6, 7 in all.
And the warp prism's warping in.
So I will say I have died beautifully to this type of aggression in past CEA games. The 8 gate, and all it takes is you to go up a few too many drones, and there's no way you can hold them off. So we'll see if Cyril is able to fare better. There's the warp prism is moving out. Cyril is getting some units down, a few roaches.
All right,
People have
he's
spotted the warp gate.
he knows it's coming now.
Yeah. And looks like charge would have been done now, so he's got... He'll be two-pronged attack, and now the warp gate in the back of the base as well into his main. That'll do some damage in the back. And the drones are falling 3. He has pulled them away, so hopefully that'll minimize some of the damage. But again, another flow of zealots. Now this is familiar. Seen this happen before. Roaches at the corner to prevent space for the zealots to attack. He's done better if he can get that queen over against that warp prism. That might help. He's got to take that out, otherwise this is just going to continue. Good transfuses there on the queens. You can just get some of them over into that corner. And it looks like the warp prism is going to duck out.
And the workers are already back to work.
More at the bottom. Again, he's working off of 8 warp gates, is it?
8.
Yep, 8 warp gates. And once again, we got a Lings heading back to the front of Chimera's base, and more zealots being warped in. And they're going to walk right up the front of the ramp. The roaches are on the other side of the map, which is not going to be helpful here. Good positioning, just dropping the drones, which forces Chimera to actually micro them onto to attack the drones, as opposed to if the drones had been attacking, then they would be attacked in turn. So I have to say, after all this aggression, the worker count is still looking pretty even. This time chasing the warp prism off with the queen. And again, Chimera up 4 workers. And that was it. Tapped out. Well, that I would have tapped out there. I don't know if he realized how close that stuff was, but... Well, I guess at that point, if you look at the army value, he was up pretty high, comparatively speaking. So that is 2 to the good for the Hatlings. And now we enter the multiplayer mode.
I wasn't aware I was playing against an AI before. But...
All Alright, so game 3 is going to be Cephalopod against a Blind Man. So, Blind Man, we're going to bid you adieu from the casting channel while you play your game. We'll welcome you back when you finish. But it looks like you have the next 2 games for that. So, again, go ahead and leave out from the channel there. So, we'll just boot him. And there we go. He left the channel. Excellent. So, this time we have Cephalopod against Blind Man. Going up against Dargon and Scion, and it's going to be on Riskillion. So overall, stationary position. So in this 2v2 map, we are going to know that exactly where your opponents are, either in the top left or the bottom right. Later on, the next 2v2 will be a 4-spawn map. So that'll make that a little bit more interesting if we get into that next 2v2 map later on. And let's get the team set here. And I am not playing in this game, so hopefully the lobby guy is going to move me out because I don't want to play this game.
Yeah, same for me. I'm not supposed to be there.
Let's see, Blind Man. Yeah, Blind Man's there. We're missing Cephalopod.
Let me. Yeah. You get it.
We're already in there. They just need to get the teams right away.
Yeah, I think Cephalopod is not. Oh, it's just joined. Okay.
Yeah, Cephalopod's going in now.
We're so close. There we go.
There we go.
Dargon and Scion.
So Scion is really good. I'm not sure if he's played this season. Oh yeah, I think he's got like 4700 MMR. So he's the player to destroy first maybe, or second. I don't know what the best strat is. Dargon is just 3k I think. Yeah, 3200 let's say. So it's interesting. They have two 2v2 teams, and they mix like high-level players with let's say low-level players, for lack of a better term. Yeah, mid-level. Okay. So I'm not sure how this is going to turn out.
I do like the idea that they are doing these team games. It kind of adds an additional layer of, well, not complexity, but just interest, I think. And 1v1 Starcraft can be stressful, so having 2v2 at least to get you in a team game, it gets more people from each team playing. So that's all in all probably a good thing.
Yeah, I kind of like it for the mixed play, but I wouldn't really want to see 2v2 in the regular play next season. Like Starcraft kind of hardcore. So.
Well, yeah, the game is not bounced around a 2v2 game, so that's true.
Yeah. One thing that could be fun for mixed play is to have, what's it called? Archon mode? Like a 1v1 that would be a 2v2.
Alright, real quick, just do intros. Bottom right, going to be Dargon from UC Davis and his teammate Scion. And in the top left, we're going to have Cephalopod from Red Hatlings, and his partner is going to be a Blind Man. He plays pretty well for not being able to see. He just turns the sound up really loud.
And he apparently he's got at the 3 o'clock position. He's already got some stuff going down there. 2 gateways, right outside the expansion.
Do you mean 3 gateways?
Is there 3? There was 2 a second ago. Now there's 3.
I think there's going to be 4 really soon.
Well, why not 6?
And our Zerg player went for, I'm not sure exactly what the opening was, but it's something like 13-12 or 14-14, so this is going to be a short game.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's just another pylon, so it's 3 gates, okay.
as far as we can tell, they have. I'm looking at their viewpoint, and they have not seen, and nor would they have any reason to believe that there would be something in that spot for them.
Yeah.
The 2 overlords making their way across the map, but that'll be far too late for them to figure out that there's no. Well, Dargon has just alerted his teammate to the fact that there are Lings on the way.
Yeah. So this Reaper can be microed against slow Lings, but the Lings are not going to be slow for long. As a matter of fact, it's only 40 seconds left of slow Lings. And the Zealots don't care about being tickled by a Reaper, so...
Good micro there from Scion, but I don't know that it'll matter.
Yeah, I think those 4 Zealots are gonna go to town. Cephalopod is not mining any gas, so there are not gonna be any Banelings here.
No Banelings are just marching right into their main base there. Oh, plenty of Lings, I guess. The only good thing, I guess, was the fact that they saw the Lings coming in, so they were getting their own units up, but...
Yeah. Very nice micro by a blind man who, instead of fighting, went to hide next to a wall in order to not be surrounded.
Oh, he lowered...
Oh!
Welcome home, guys. Come on in.
They've got to keep a unit on that depot now, or it's going to be closed at some point. So, yeah, fantastic. Cephalopod using hold position there. And the production tab looks really good. Still Lings and even Warp Gate. Oh, okay. Even Warp Gate being researched for us.
More Queens going down.
The worker counts are pretty even. You have to remember that we were at a deficit because we went for very cheesy builds. So it's a good thing that it's being evened out. And GG, so at 3-0.
Scion taps out, and Dargon taps out.
Well,
It was a short game, but I liked it.
You don't need a 45-minute macro game to make everyone happy. Sometimes it's nice to have a nice 4-minute and 21 second.
Do you wish there could be a second one like this?
I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? We'll just have to stay tuned in, the next 2 minutes here?
Good game.
All right, so is it Cyril and Blind Man? Or you guys are up again for the next 2v2, right?
Yep. Cyril's dropped out.
Yeah, Blind Mind, should we move to 1?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right, so Patrick joining into the chat here. So join on into the search chat. Just take your mic off mute if you want to chime in there and help out your brother, Mr. Sleep, for the casting there. So I'll make sure we get into the lobby. And for this map, again, we're going to be on Burning Bridges. Again, 4 spawn periods looking at the map stats here. So you'll see top left, right, and bottom left. So we'll have to scout out where your opponent is going to be.
We have our Masters player here, Nigel, host. Masters Zerg player along with Hammy Q.
Yeah, going to be going up against a Blind Man and Cyril. So we just saw Blind Man playing, so that should give a clue as to what he was doing there. And no idea what they're planning, but Cyril seemed confident. Maybe a fast game, but who knows? We did have a nice 20-minute 2v2 last week, and we'll see how this turns out. They're just getting the lobby set up. Players are responding back that they're ready. And we'll be starting up momentarily here.
I have it on good authority that Blind Man and Patrick had not discussed strategy prior to the game, so that was on the fly. Is that true?
I believe so. It did not sound like they had. I was
They
trying to
decided
pay
on that at the
attention.
start.
Say again, Patrick.
I said, yeah, we decided on doing that at the start.
So this harkens back, this type of map. I mean, I remember early days of StarCraft where essentially I think even some of the 1v1s, you'd have to search for your opponents because there was always a chance that they could be in one of the other corners.
Yeah, so if we take a quick look at the map here, they do have the quick one base in back, so someone's going to get a nice expansion there. And then followed up by the shared ramp into an easy 2 front bases. So you can potentially wall off and have 3 bases fairly safe. But you do have these breakable rocks that come back in later in the game to kind of widen things up and open those attack routes. So we're getting into the game here, so let's switch on over and let's see where they spawn on the map here. Alright, so we'll do our player intros right on the bat. On the top left from UC Davis, we have Hammy Q as the Red Terran with his teammate, the Purple Zerg, Nigel from UC Davis. So that's going to be the top right. And it looks like we do have the counter position in the bottom right. It's going to be a Blind Man for Red Hatlings playing the Protoss player. And Cyril back again as the Green Zerg.
So opposite corners, furthest rush distance, so that's probably what the preferred location would be, unless there were some early game shenanigans. Cyril typically likes a longer macro game, and he has, well, pretty much mirroring his opponent Nigel insofar as dropping down their expansion quickly. Looks like a Blind Man is scouting out the front of the base, making sure that there was nothing to worry about from the Terran at least.
Yeah, alright.
No attempt at a wall off for either team.
Well, there's the beginning of a long, great work of a wall from Hammy Q, but yeah, not too much there. Blind Man getting all the scouting information.
He has confirmed that Nigel expanded. I don't know how it looks on your screen, Dan Glam, but I know Nigel is using the old school Zerg skins, the ones from Brood War, for the hatcheries at least.
Yeah, whatever they're playing as, we get to see. And if we do select onto the player, we also hear whoever caster they have selected. So if we do switch over to one of their views here.
First Reaper out for Hammy Q.
Yeah, we can see Cyril there moving around. Oh, yeah.
Again, pretty much a mirrored build, except for the fact that now there's 4 lings on one side, 6 on the other.
Yeah, not a lot. Let's see. Looks like everyone just kind of wants to get a base up here. Let's see what the Reaper's going to do here. Nothing there to really do it. It's going to try to chase him down.
Alright, he brings the Stalker back, does Blind Man, to make sure that Reaper does no more damage.
Reaper's doing his job, getting some scouting. Knows the back base is taken and saturated. Blind man being pretty quick. He heard those thrusters of the Reaper coming and tried to corner him off. So the Reaper did his job. He will be celebrated in his death there.
26 lings for Nigel, and they are now moving out. In the meantime, Cyril had expanded. He has taken his third. Nigel's still working on 2 bases, so wondering if he'll have enough. He has spotted this, has Cyril, because he did have a ling at the watchtower. So now pulling his units back in, I don't think he's going to be in a position to leave. Well, actually, he just bypassed that expansion, and now the lings are in the base. The drones are joining in the fun, and this now is just a stream of lings for Nigel. All right, Cyril's third is up, so that'll get some increased production for him. Back in the bases, they're running back. No baling nest yet for either player that I can see. Oh, never mind. Baling nest did drop for Nigel. That's almost complete. Cyril has bypassed the Banes and is now working right towards Roaches, and we have a few Hellions there as well for Hammy Q. So Banes morphing, and now we have the Hellions moving in. That'll create some problems. The first Roach is out. Not too many of those though yet. Those Hellions are going to get right into the base. That'll do some damage here. More damage, and now running back. We have...
We're just pulling back to get the reinforcements built, so we'll see...
Really though, I mean, Nigel's at 17 drones to Cyril's 31, so I guess this is sort of... He has to do something here.
Yeah, he's...
And again, with the Roaches up, it makes it a little easier to push back the Hellions that Hammy Q has been using.
Yeah, man, you do have the defender's advantage of being at home and being able to pull those reinforcements up fairly quickly. Yeah, looks like things are going to settle down here for a moment. They just kind of went back home.
All their units are back now. They brought them back to their base, and now they're pushing them back out again on the mini-map. You can see that they're heading down that direction. They're gathering up again just outside of the range. Of course, Cyril's kept his ling at that Zelnaga tower, so they're able to see when those units move out. Good positioning there. Workgate just finished up, so that's going to make that a little bit easier for Zerg to, or the Protoss player to reinforce there. And it looks like they're just trying to mass everything up, going from... Hellbats, the Heckbats as they're known, have been converted. Roaches dropping some vials. Again, the Heckbats being pushed off. Yeah, they're saying we're getting out of here. Yeah. It is kind of tough. In the meantime, Nigel's drone count has caught up to Cyril, so they're a little more even there. Although Cyril is producing off of 3 bases, Nigel's still on 2. Yeah, looks like they're going into the later game here, getting the reactor up on the starport and starting to get those units ready to go. So looks like a steady supply of Hellion and Marines, and hopefully the medevacs will join in the fun there, and that will help out to reinforce those guys on the ground. We do have Widow Mines now on the field at the front in case there's a pushback from the Red Hat team. Yeah, and again, third base going down for Nigel. And just a scouting party for... Run by, just ignore one another and head straight for each other's bases. Yep, and Cyril's just doing some scouting. He sent 4. He routed them into different positions there. He's going to watch that ling get blown up by the Widow Mine. It's always a delicate timing, whether you move off of Banes or you go towards Roaches. And again, it seems here that the move to Roaches quickly has helped. He's got +1 range, Cyril does, for his Roaches coming up, and Nigel is working on Roach speed. Tim working for the Marines, as well as some additional Widow mines being produced.
Yeah, this one lane just holding down this spot over here. Gonna be hard to land a base on them, even though lings are squishy. For some reason, orbitals can't land on them.
Well, in the end, I think they just don't want to squish anything. At this point, I think we can be assured, Dan Glam, that this will not be a 4-minute and 21-second game.
Nor will be that times 2, because we've passed that. So it looks like we're going to go into the late game. Oh, that poor lane finally got shot, held up the orbital for a good 45 seconds, and those SCVs had to take the long walk all the way back to the other base to deliver the minerals. So the Marines are just helping their buddies out, cleaning up that mess there.
A 4th going up at about 12 o'clock for Nigel. And he's droning hard. He's up to 62 now to Cyril's 48.
Yeah, we have the Spire about halfway done for Nigel, also getting his upgrades underway. We do have the Robotics Bay coming online for a Blind Man and getting that Colossus range. So that'll be pretty good since there seems to be a lot of Lings and a lot of Marines.
And again, both Nigel and Cyril doing a great job of scoping out where the expansions are. Nigel has Lings all along the 6 o'clock spot, as well as another one scouting down into the southwest corner. So
yeah,
he's going to know if there's an expansion down there. Same thing with an Overlord at 3 o'clock. He's got those areas all mapped out. So if Cyril attempts to take a 4th, he'll know right away when it happens.
Yep, now Nigel's got his 5th going up here, so he's getting a little greedy here. Didn't even finish the 4th yet. Already getting his 5th, since we're right next to each other. No harm, no foul there, but, you know, Cyril does have vision of both, so he knows the gig is up, and we'll see how that turns out here.
Big push now in the center of the map coming up on the northwest side. Lots of Overseers there.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Mines. You can see he's planted one right at the front of that map. He's already spotted all 3 Widow mines. 2 of them will go down, and the 3rd will go down shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it looks like some mutas did come out, so that's going to be a little bit of fighting there. Not a lot of stalkers. That tank doing some splash damage. As Bile's coming down, that tank is gone.
And again, nothing really to counter the muta. There's a couple of stalkers in there, but there's not that many.
Yep, and
you can see now
Cyril's Overseers running into the thick of battle there. It's good to have the vision, but again, Muta's just going to clean that up. So kind of a reset here in the middle of the game, and hopefully we'll see how that resets here. Just cleaning up everything there, and now you have Cyril going ahead and taking his 4th.
Hydra Den down now for Cyril, and now 19 Hydras are being put into production for him after spotting the Muta. However, that's a lot of Muta.
That is a lot of Muta. That is going to be 26 Mutas on the board. Good luck with that. Upgrades?
Moving it to the bottom corner.
Looking pretty good, so...
That should be able to cancel that bottom base for Cyril, unless he spotted it. He was probably waiting for it, and Cyril wisely, I think, cancels that base, assuming that Nigel was going to move in and take it out.
Ooh, that upgrade did not finish, so that was a good pickoff on the Protoss, missing out on his +1 upgrade. Gonna have
Colossus is unprotected at this point. That would be another good pickoff for Nigel if he's able to spot that.
Yep, they're just working on these rocks to open up that pathway so they can protect that expansion over there.
In the meantime, a big attack right into the center base. Only one spore crawler down there. Cyril trying to protect his drones.
Queen Hydra Stalker's trying to run in. That mobility of the mutas, it's going to pose a problem there. So we'll see how they do to get back into this here. They did
You
get
can
that.
see now the drone count is sort of mirrored. You have Nigel at 70, Blind Man at 70, Hammy Q at 32, and Cyril at 38. So in total, each of them have roughly the same amount of drones for the two teams. But at this point now, Nigel is pressing in with his massive mutaflock, and it's so hard to get your units around. There's the ability to make Colossi goes away. Looks like.
And the Cyber Core goes down, so you're not going to be making very many stalkers that shoot up at the current problem.
Now, in the meantime, you have Cyril trying to push up the middle of the map, but he's doing it on his own since most of Blind Man's army is in the back. But again, he doesn't really have anything that's going to pressure this many muta.
Yeah, and while all that other battle was going on, they did manage to bring down the 5th base of Nigel, keeping the 4th from getting fully saturated. And we do have the Hydras there coming back. They're already going to engage, so hopefully. Yeah.
Nigel has nicely split his mutaflock. He's got some at the back and others that are sort of just parked just outside of Blind Man's base. Makes it very difficult for him to move out his army.
Yeah, Ling's doing the cleanup there on the original 4th base of Nigel.
And again, another push.
So Cyril doing his job, putting the pressure on there, letting Blind Man kind of recover and max up to that late game high tier units. Lots of Archons, going to do a lot better against the mutas there. Nigel's Overlord getting picked off, getting that intel, seeing what the current unit comp looks
and
like.
An attack again at the 12 o'clock, that new base, and some more drones going down from Nigel.
Yeah, 3rd base, lots of Overlords there.
Huge
Potential.
beams coming in. Yeah.
Lots
He was able
of
to get
death.
some of his roaches out front, but again, that's a big hit there.
There are no more Hydras there to shoot up. Those mutas just cleaning up some, leaving his roaches there, picked off the base. And while that's going on, it looks like it was a big distraction because here comes a Blind Man getting his army ready.
Good sized army.
Well, the mutas flew by. They're going to return home. They know what's up here. They'll probably pick off these 2 Colossi from the back of the pack. Tanks aren't sieged quite yet.
Nope. Yeah,
Now they got some range there.
Mutas having some trouble, although with that many and a recall,
That is probably a good
some
bet
of the
at that
units and
point.
the others are left behind.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Pull back and reinforce. Blind Man still had some units over on the other side, trying to run their way back to some protection.
Forgetting they can shoot up.
Well, if they stop, they die. If they stop, they will die. So they didn't want to die. They ran back home so they can party later. We're going to go ahead and that 4th is probably going to get picked off, but he just kind of flew by it. So we'll see what's going to go on there.
And again, those muta doing so much damage in the back of the base. So frustrating for Blind Man, who has to keep moving his units back in. There's no way for him to get easily over there.
It looks like he's trying to corner him off there, and then he's just going to fly down into the expanse there and try to sneak back through when he can.
There's really no anti-air.
Wedge between the cannons, pick off a few more. Link up on him. Terran's still going with medevac Marines and some siege tanks. Nigel's still having trouble with his 4th. Same issue with that.
He does have his economy back up and running. 81 drones at this point, so he is He's got that part of his game stabilized. Lots of cash for him now. It's just a matter of figuring out what to do with that mutaflock.
Well, the numbers have whittled down. There's only 21 of them. So he did have a much greater flock a little while ago. Overall, more hydras getting put into the mix. 14 currently. Still more roaches. So we'll see what's going on there. We got that one link up here. Just, yep, Nigel trying to get his base back up again. That one link from Cyril, just trying to poke it and let him know, hey, don't do that. We don't want you to have any bases.
Again, another move up the center. And the Muta will be spotted.
Yeah, these stalkers all gonna die. But
and he
blinks
loses
away.
that Archon. The High Templar not even able to get a shot off. 2 High Templar die at that point.
Well, the mutaflock.
The mutas are pretty much gone, and now
There is
Cyril.
one muta flying back home, saying, "Marines, please give me cover. No, heal me, medevacs, please." And we have Cyril's army pushing in, joining up with the blind man on the right side here.
Nice splash damage from the Colossus. However, those tanks are going to do short work of those front units. They have to pull back. I think at some point, Cyril is going to have to look at Vipers.
Yeah,
Tanks.
right now he is focusing on, getting his 5th up. Finally did get the 4th. Blind man moving on to his 5th. Yeah, looks like that was a good exchange there. Just pulling back. Don't lose your whole army. So they've done their damage. They took those bases out. Hyder's going off on a little rampage mission there, going, hey, I want to kill those guys. And they're just going to pull back and reinforce and get their expansions going up more.
A blind man up to 92 probes. 92.
Well, he does have 5 bases.
Getting his 5th up and running, and no shortage of cannons at that base.
Yeah, that one laying over here just giving a hard time to that drone that was trying to build another base. You just have to come in, clean up that mess again. Just trying to get the 4th and 5th base up here. So let's go ahead and try to get the 4th, 5th, and 6th base all at the same time. I'm sure one of them will survive.
Yep. Nigel taking a front base at this point now, even though you'd assume that would be the harder one to take, but it seems like the 12 o'clock bases are the ones that keep getting hit.
Yeah, the muta's
More
poked
Muta
in.
Production.
Look at all the bailings. I feel like there are some Marines that are gonna get melted here in a little bit. Muta pack coming in again. Strength in numbers, back up to 16. Upgrades
And
continuing, so Terran almost done with 3-3. Cyril just at 2-2, and Nigel does have 3-3 on that, so.
Ultralisk Cavern going down. Nope, that was not an Ultralisk Cavern. That is, I'm sorry, that's the hive for Cyril is almost done.
We got 3 Stargates just coming up online here for a blind man, so definitely switching over. Probably going to see, yep, Fleet Beacon just went down for him, so he is going to be going in to probably getting the carriers. And some more Marines dying off.
9 o'clock spot getting taken out.
And that base will burn and explode. There's the hairdryer. All right.
Some tanks on the front. Oh, there's 5 tanks there. Can they take them out in time? That's a lot of Bailings. That's a lot of Bailings on those tanks.
There's
And
nothing
Marines.
alive on the ground at this point.
Bailings just chilling.
Nigel running his lings in. And again, still has
Nigel
the
has
mutas.
tapped out. Good game. Great game. 23 minutes of back and forth. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, there's some battles that were going either way there, so definitely entertaining in that front there. So that will be a clean sweep. The best of 7, so that does bring it up to 4 in a row there. Not sure if they're going to play any other games, but those were definitely some good ones. Any highlights in there, Mr. Sleep?
Well, I really enjoyed that last game. I thought that was really a lot of fun to watch, the back and forth, how each team was adapting to their opponents. They sort of picked paths. It looked early on like the early pressure from Hammy and Hammy Q and Nigel were going to do something there, but Red Hat they hung on and were able to push back, but a lot of back and forth. I think that was very entertaining.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of early pressure there, a lot of concern out of that, but they kept their cool. Several micro things, and Blind Man got his shield battery up to help things, micro things. A lot of work going on just to stay in that game for a while. And those mutas, that definitely caused a lot of trouble slowing down the upgrades from a Blind Man by taking out the forge that he had to rebuild several times along with his cyber core. So lots of death, lots of destruction going on in that game here. And just taking a look here, I don't think they're going to be playing any of the other games here. I think they're wrapping that up.
Yep, I think that's it. They're GGing out. I'm not sure what's next on tap. I guess they go back to their normal schedule, just 1v1s.
Well, we're on mixed play for the remainder of the season, so they've finished up their play for the season, and we finished up our play for the season in CEA. So we're just doing mixed play of letting the CEA folks play with the corporate and the sports team. So maybe there's some job offers going on. Maybe this was the first interview. You never know where you might end up working. You get to meet some people and have a good afternoon of Starcraft fun. But it looks like, we're going to go ahead, and that's going to be it for today. So we're going to call it a wraps for this week. Next week, again, should be 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, or it may change depending on when the teams are able to play. So keep an eye on the SC Tuesdays YouTube channel for that post to come out. But again, my name is Dan Glam, and we had Mr. Sleep in the caster chair this week. So next week we'll be back for more StarCraft fun.
Take care.